Chapter 3. The Gathering. You've barely had any time to process your night. This morning is the same. Mom chatters happily about dinner, but you barely hear her. And for the summer sauce, make sure we grind our own spices. None of that preservative. Why couldn't I just sleep in? I barely had time to react last night in Rishi. What's wrong, child? Why are you so far away? Right here, Mom. Your mother's hand clutches her chest. Since when do you snap at me like that? That was snapping? Sorry, I didn't mean to... Is there anything you're not telling me? She'd blow up if I told her what happened with Rishi. I still can't believe it. Now we're getting married. Honestly, I think I'm just a little tired. Don't worry, okay? I'm fine. If you're fine, then why not polish some furniture? My God. Mom, the house is already spotless. Why are you acting so weird? Hush, I'm not being weird. Why shouldn't I want to impress our future in-laws? We may not live well, but our house is nothing like theirs. Hearing your mother worry your home isn't good enough makes your heart twinge with sadness. I don't think Rishi's family is going to care about the house. And even if they do, we're already engaged. That literally means you don't have to worry about anything anymore. We're not even started on the wedding plans, child. My worries have only just begun. Not to mention, until you're actually married to Rishi, there's plenty to worry about. But it's enough. We still have a lot of work to do before they arrive. There's so much to cook. We've not even started dusting. Oh, I dusted twice. You can see a reflection of all the wooden tables. Your sign put a hand on your mother's shoulder, squeezing it reassuringly. Mom, you're being adorable. We'll be fine. I just want to make a good impression. Your happiness means so much to me. As she busies herself at the stove, that twinge of sadness pinches your heart again. I hate to break her heart like this, but Rishi and I made a deal. A few hours later. The doorbell rings as your future in-laws arrive. Your mother clutches her chest. They're here early. Go fix your hair. Mom, it's going to be... I don't want to hear the word fine from you for the rest of the night. Your mother grabs a shawl to cover herself while your dad peeks out from the hallway. Of course your father isn't even an idiot. Anika, get the door. Distract them. I thought I was supposed to do my hair. Your parents scurry back into their bedroom. You walk up to your impatient guest and put on your brightest smile. You're alone. I hope you're not disappointed. Your partner in crime flashes a knowing smirk. You can hear your mother celebrate his arrival from within her bedroom. Please, save me from my mother. Yes, princess. Your heart bristles at his teasing. He has such an infuriating way of getting under your skin. As your parents bustle out of the room, your mother puts on a wide smile to greet him. Pardon my intrusion, Auntie, Uncle. I was just thought I'd swing by early, see if I could help you. That's not necessary, Rishi. You're our guest. Isn't that right, Niraj? Even if you're here early, we're glad to have you, son. Son, very smooth, Dad. Well, we better get going. There's the thing I wanted to help you with, Niraj. Your father smiles knowingly at your mother's obvious ploy to leave the two of you alone. Once they're gone, you face Rishi. Thanks for ditching me last night, by the way. I was counting on you. His smile drops, his eyebrows furrowed. When he looks at you, you feel sad. Maybe I shouldn't have said that, me and my stupid mouth. You're right. I'm sorry, Anika. I won't do anything like that again. Fortunately, I don't think you'll have the chance. since well, breaking up. How are we going to do this, Rishi? It's going to break my mom's heart. Well, that does bring us to why I'm here. I thought you could do with some assistance. My mom is very particular. Then you two can start with the somersaults. Your heart jumps in your chest when your mother appears. How much did she hear? Why don't you two speak or spend some time together? You will then get work done. If you really want to help, as you say. We're on it. I'll follow your lead, Anika. I don't think he ever said hated Indian food, so that's an assumption. I hated cooking, that's also an assumption, but... You're right, I do hate Indian cooking, but it's just another excuse to spend time with you. Your blood rushes to your cheeks and you bite back a smile. Ah, why would you want that? I'm not told you my plan yet, have I? Right, let's get to the kitchen. Why do I keep hoping for something? Girl, get a grip. In the kitchen, you stand awkwardly near Rishi. His presence makes you feel weirdly nervous. I never thought I'd be standing here with you. Believe me, the same. He makes this place look so tiny, too. Has he always been this towering? Those stupid shoulders. Anika, you're staring. See something you like? You roll your eyes at Rishi, who doesn't break your gaze. You shouldn't say things like that when we both know you don't mean them. Right, so... Somersaults, yes, where do we start? Rishi, you seem lost. Might be for the best if you leave this to me. I don't want to have to explain basic cooking to you. Wow. Rishi takes fake offense at your jibe and puts a hand over his heart. Anika, you're so cruel. How will I ever learn if no one is willing to teach me? You're a grown man. If you haven't learned now, then I'm afraid there's no hope for you. How about this? You don't have to teach me anything, just tell me what to do. And here I thought you'd hate being told what to do, but fine. Jokes aside, I do think we should talk about our plan. Not so loud, I think my mom almost caught us earlier. Right, sorry. I just think if the two of us want to follow our dreams... Why do you sound so upset? No reason for me to act like this, but I want to know. Rishi, do you really dislike me that much? He stops and stares at you, his mouth set in a hard line. He looks genuinely startled by your question. Anika, I don't dislike you, far from it, but we've talked about this. Do you really want to be forced into a marriage you didn't choose? You and I both want different things. I want a chance at romance and instant connection. I know, you're right. We have talked about this. I shouldn't have brought it up. Now, if we'd met in the wild, sparks would fly on side. You sound pretty confident about that. What if I dislike you? Somehow I doubt that very much. Rishi clears his throat, bringing you back to the moment. You try to focus on peeling the potatoes. My mom means well, but she's a bit of a control freak. It's going to be her undoing in all this. If we were to slip a little something into these somersaults, something very non-Indian... You make it sound like we're poisoning her. Oh, trust me, my mom would rather be poisoned than taste a subpar samosa. This one time, in Washington, she had a meltdown because her chole was garnished with parsley. I have to admit, I'm on your mom's side on this one. I like your spirit, but you're missing the point. This is a surefire way of pissing her off. The only question is, what do we use to sabotage the dish? What about corn syrup instead of chiles, pumpkin for the filling? I'm gonna go with pumpkin for... I don't even know what a samosa is, so, you know, I'm just... Yeah, no, anyway. Pumpkin for the filling. That's perfect. Lee gross. My mom hates all things pumpkin. And then she's going to hate this. Let's toss in some raisins, too. Raisins? You're more of an evil genius than I thought. There's a lot about me that might surprise you if you cared to find out. At your instructions, Rishi grabs a pressure cooker from a tall cabinet. You watch his muscles flex, clearly visible even through his clothes as he smirks as he hands you the appliance. All yours, princess. Ugh, I better not get used to this. You work in silence. Before you know it, you've folded almost half the amount of dough you need. Anika, I'm struggling to find cumin over here. Wonder how many people read it the other way. I'm just saying. You reach over the tell Rishi only to topple the bowl of flour you set aside. Ugh! The mixing spoon launches at Rishi, leaving a fine dust of flour on his gorgeous sweater. I'm so sorry, what a mess. But Rishi's smirking. He smears some of the flour over his lapel, then reaches over to dust his hands on you. There, now we're even. The way he towers over you and the challenging look in his eyes makes you lose all sense. Even? No, I don't think so. Gleefully, you reach out for the bowl. Don't you dare. Rishi's strong hand circles your wrist, and you feel that electricity once more. You get the urge to be just a little bad. It's about to be a flower fight. You picked the wrong girl to fight with, my friend. His sultry smirk emboldens you even more, and so does his low, husky voice. What do you think you're doing with that look? You bite your lip, humming playfully. His grip lingers, his touch softens and trails up your arm. This is perfect opening time to hit him with some flour. Aim for his hair. You get on your tiptoes to Rishi's confusion. Anika. But, using his bicep as an anchor, you pull him down to you. His face, his lips are close enough to touch. His eyes soften, his gaze falls to your lips. Suddenly, you're running your hands through his hair. Take that! It takes a moment for him to register. You rub the flour into his hair. He pulls away, grinning. Oh, you really are a diabolical mastermind. Now you've done it, princess. His nickname for you makes you shiver, until Rishi playfully lunges at you. No! You sidestep, brushing his back with your hands, but in a flash he's standing right in front of you, smoldering. Suddenly, he corners you against the wall, his arms cage you in close to his chest. There's nowhere to run now. No, princess this time. You look up at him defiantly, he cocks his head to the side, flashing you a sexy half-grin. Not this time, right now. I'm a wolf on the hunt, and you're a little deer caught in my grasp. He takes a step in, your chest's touching. Now yield, unless you want me to eat you up. He's practically purring now, and the teasing edge to his voice makes you feel flushed, but you can't back down. Yield, really? Not when I'm winning, and I'm so close to victory I can taste it. You use your pointer fingers to prod into his waist. He gasps. Is he ticklish? That's playing dirty. All's fair in love and war. You dig your thumbs into his sides. He holds steady, but you can see him biting back a laugh. You're an evil woman, Anika. You should have known what you were getting yourself into when you started this. You slide your back down the wall and crawl under his arms, escaping to the other side of the kitchen. You're slippier than I gave you credit for. In your wake, you pull open a pantry door, too, and when you stand, you do the same to the higher cabinets. That should slow you down. He steps over the open doors, maneuvering the maze you've left behind. While he's busy closing the doors, I better reload. With your back turned, you can only hear Rishi moving closer, closing each door at a time. Too slow. You feel his hard chest press into your back. You turn to look at him, his hands on either side of the counter. You're caged in once more, his muscled forearms pressing into your hips. Just give up and admit it already. I win. You think so? I haven't even unleashed my final move. I should... You get on your tiptoes, brushing your nose against Rishi's. He leans closer, almost instinctively. Anika. You don't let him finish, pressing your lips to his for a moment. Time freezes. Shh. The quick kiss is quick, meant to distract him from the game, but it makes you feel like you're on fire, all the same. Rishi pulls back, a familiar glint in his eye. Quickly, you grab the mixing bowl and toss it into the sink. Okay, I admit you're a tough opponent to beat, Anika. Rishi pushes himself off of the counter and stands next to you, arms folded. It's about time you admitted it. You drink in his distinct scent, mixed with hints of coffee and spice. Your eyes follow the lines of his muscled shoulders. There's a lot of things I could admit that are better kept close to the vest. Rishi clenches his jaw, and you're burning all over. Despite this, you continue taunting him. You always underestimate me, don't you? Not my fault you play the innocent card often. I can't help, but you want to chase like that. Then let this be a lesson. You're not as skilled as you think. He sighs, rolls his head back, his neck is exposed and strangely inviting. You're always proving me wrong, Princess. When he snaps back to look at you, you've been caught checking him out. You blush, only making him grin wider. What else are you hiding? His hand hovers over yours before softly caressing it. He turns to you and brings his other hand to your cheek. You've got a little something here. You can still taste Rishi on your lips. He's so close. Should I... The back of his dominant hand gently brushes your soft cheek. His gaze holds yours in place. More flour. Mm-hmm. You drink in his gaze, his scent, his warmth, as you exchange a look of unspoken need drawn back into his pool. What happened to you? Why can't you leave us alone, Mom? Your mother arrives with a flourish, and you and Rishi take a step back. She looks at Rishi and then at you. You've made such a mess, and why are these samosas not fried yet? Anika did her best, Auntie. At least they're folded and ready to go. Rishi talks your mother down, and you find yourself at ease. He really is charming. You two better get cleaned up. Jamila's almost here. You rush to your room, showing Rishi to the guest room down the hall so he can unflower himself. You check yourself in the reflection of the antique mirror for the last time. There's no more flour, I promise. Thanks for the assist. You can repay me by telling me who those other guests are. You hear a high-pitched cackle as the rest of your family arrives. This was bound to happen sooner or later. That's my aunt, Vasudha. She takes getting used to. Aunties love me. Next. Cocky much, but then there's my cousin, Preeti. And that's her partner. Husband, and my aunt drew the line at Preeti dating a non-Indian. Marriage was always in the cards for them. Looks like it runs in the family. We've been spotted. Rishi walks ahead of you with his arms wide open. Rishi! I didn't know you were here. Why do you have that... Is it flour? Rishi pats off excess flour from a spot he missed. Jamila looks at you with surprise. He was proving he was good in the kitchen. Couldn't wait to see me. Was proving he was good in the kitchen. But he's never cooked. Jamila looks at you aghast. Her eyes flicker from Rishi to you. It's never too late to pick up a new skill, is it? He made some effort today. With the right training, he'll be an excellent sous chef. Your heart beats fast as you banter with Rishi. You don't realize it, but you're beaming at each other. Oh, what's up over here? Just chatting about our kitchen adventures. You must be Preeti. Rishi gets into fix-it mode, but not before winking at you. You greet his mother, who can only smile. It's good to see you two get along. Right. A silence takes over. Your mother walks in with a tray of piping hot samosa. I thought it would be good for them to spend time together, and I can't thank you enough. You blush as Preeti catches your eye with a smirk. Anika, child, where are your manners? Please pour the tea. Your parents' prized tea set stares back at you, ready to shine. That's all right. We can help ourselves, Vishuddha. Your auntie cringes at Otto's innocent gesture. Preeti leans back, waiting for her mom's reaction. Don't be silly, Otto. It's my pleasure, especially on such an important occasion. I'll pour for... I would assume your guests are first, and anyone else is secondary. I don't know Indian culture, so you'll have to excuse me. I'm assuming I'm just winging this as I go. You pour Jamila and Rishi the perfect cup. Such a good girl. I always say she's the perfect Indian bride. Auntie. You're right, Vishuddha. Your niece is as beautiful as she is traditional. So I was right. Gut feelings, yeah. Why don't you try some samosa? She made them herself. With some help. You continue serving your elders and finally your cousin. When you get close to her, she whispers, Girl, you're whipped. Didn't you hear? I'm traditional. Your family has helped themselves to tea. The conversation actually shifts to the impending wedding and gets heated. The wedding must be held in Delhi. It's non-negotiable. It's not every day that my only boy gets married. It's not just important for us, but our families as well. This'll be a sore spot for your parents, who you can only watch your mother hold her tongue. I know you mean well, but the States are our home, Jamila. We've been here for over 3 decades. Oh, sorry, Mom. I hate to put you in this position. And don't you think our relatives would love a trip to New York? Your father sips tea as Vishuddha tries her best to get a word in. In their corner, Preeti and Otto whisper, Maybe we didn't need to play up the samosa after all. Hey. He leans in, waiting for you to match him. You bring your ear close to his lips, and he whispers, We're not even married and already at each other's throats. This is going great. Make him laugh. It kind of makes me wonder whose mom would win in a fight. Rishi raises his eyebrows, amused and surprised. You mean a knockdown, drag-out kind of fight? My mom can be really tough, but your mom's got a vice grip on her teacup. That perfect bludgeoning weapon. Rishi chuckles. Preeti gives you both a knowing little smile, and you try to ignore her. I'd bet on my aunt over either of them, though. She's fierce. I kind of wish we could stay together long enough to introduce you to mine. She's a total pistol. Too bad I'll never meet her. For a moment, it was like we forgot about our deal. A bang draws your attention. Yes, your mother's grip on the teacup tightens. Across from you, Preeti looks worried. Are you implying our family can't afford to... I'm sorry you felt that way, Madhu. I'm simply voicing my concerns. After all, we're going to be a family. Something happened while you were talking to Rishi. It doesn't look good. Hey, Anika! Preeti's eyes hold an apology, but you're glad she intervened. What do you think, America or Delhi? Have you considered a destination wedding? Preeti and I are thinking of Greece next year to renew our vows. Jamila regards Otto with disdain. He watches as he picks a samosa, sniffs it, and puts it down. Even Otto can tell they're not right. Well, cuz, do you and Rishi have anything to add? I think... We should focus on other logistics. Anika's right. There's a lot that goes into wedding planning. That's true. The guest list must be heavily filtered. And we'll have a grand venue for all our business partners. Yours will attend too, isn't that right, Mr. Bussin? We've not talked to Anika about the list yet. Yeah, maybe avoid people I don't know or recognize. Don't be silly. The Calvoni family is well connected. This will be the ultimate event for anyone who's invited. We must first ensure that we get the dates right. My priest in New Jersey says a September wedding is most auspicious. What a surprise! My spiritual leader, after great consultation, told me December was the best month. Personally, for my wedding, Otto and I loved our intimate ceremony in Vegas. Oh no, your cousin cools them down with a rude interruption. You never realized how different your mother's is from Rishi's. That's right, why not scrap the ceremony and spend the money on a honeymoon or a home? I like this man. He's right, because homes are expensive and so are honeymoons. Jamila and Manu finally find their common ground, shutting down your cousin in no uncertain terms. No. Over my dead body. Now do you see what I have to live with? You have become such an important part of our family, Otto. But every mother dreams of seeing her daughter marry the right, traditional way. Your father's expressions are unreadable. It's because he's a man who knows to shut up and stay quiet. Dad's quiet as always. Please, Jamala, help yourself to some snacks. You know the chill guy meme? He is the chill guy. Your heart skips a beat as Jamila thanks your father, serving herself samosa and chutney. Anika, could we speak in private? Of course, we'll be right back. You excuse yourselves from the situation under the watchful gaze of Preeti. Your parents are too busy arguing to notice. Did you see how angry they're getting? Nothing else matters. You know, the excitement in his voice, it makes you second-guess everything. But this was the plan, and I don't go back on my promises. Congratulations, Rishi, on a job well done. He pauses for a moment before shaking your hand. I'm certain the moment she tastes the samosa, it'll all be over. I never thought I'd want someone to hate the samosa this badly. Is that why you wanted to chat? In a way, yes. I just wanted to take a moment to celebrate with you, since, you know... He's not finishing that sentence, and neither will I. We make a good team. Me and you till the ends of the earth, princess. And yet, then he does that. Sounds like a marriage. It's all about teamwork. I feel sweaty all of a sudden. You're just nervous. It'll pass. We're so close to being able to pursue our dreams. It's a big deal. That's true. Sometimes I wonder what I'll even do after this is all over. I want the freedom to make my own path, but what does that path look like? I think you should embrace that freedom. Not every good thing needs to come with a plan. This it did. Our friendship. Friendship. Right. Your eyes linger and the words unsaid hang heavy in the air. He clenches his jaw as you gaze at each other. I'm going to miss this, you know. I'm going to miss you. You know, for a guy who's really smart and runs a company and took over for his dad, you're not so damn bright. Anyway, continue. Me too. Maybe once the dust settles, we can be friends. Or you could actually date. But the idea of being friends with Rishi feels hollow somehow. You meet his gaze, shifting closer until... Oh, what the hell is this? Oh, there goes your whole, you know, thing. You and Rishi rush to attend to Jamila. Things are moving along as planned. They call this a samosa. It's all wrong. This is the last thing I'd expect from a traditional family. Another thud, and you're shocked to see your father on his feet. Preeti, Otto, and Vashuda are at attention. Jamila, if there are so many things about our house and family that disappoint you, you're free to leave. You have insulted me, my wife, my home, and my hospitality. Dad's never been this upset. He never even raises his voice. That's because you finally hit a chord with a passive-aggressive person. You want control where it's not there, and pry it out from where it isn't. Who's to say your son won't treat my daughter the same way? My son is not the problem here. In this case, the mistake is ours for not testing the waters with you. Your eyes meet Rishi's while the rest of your family contemplates what's next. You and Rishi are sure of the outcome. Niraj and I would like to withdraw our wedding request. Despite the heated situation, Jamila holds her fort. Beside her, Rishi looks fine, still smoldering. I should say so. Come, Rishi. I'm so sorry about all this. And yet, as Rishi trails behind his mother out the door, you share a look of yearning and sadness. This is what we wanted, but why does it feel so wrong? Because you're both idiots. Sorry, did I say that out loud? Without further ado, thank you all for watching. Please remember that if you did enjoy the content, do like, share, and subscribe. Look at that, they didn't even put the end of the chapter thing there. You know, in case you wanted to reboot it, or maybe you made some wrong decisions, or whatever. So, literally and figuratively, you'd have to restart everything. Wow, Pixelberry, you're doing a great job. Anyway, I mean, I get it. It's the illusion of choices, but, yeah, no, that's pretty much it. So, yeah, no, I had to take a break yesterday. Did 5 whole chapters of various books and whatnot, a lot of the content. So we only have chapter 4, which is up next, and then Bolus. So stay tuned for that. And otherwise, today is Thanksgiving. So if you do celebrate it, you know, hopefully you enjoy it. If not, then may I suggest just thinking about something today, for those of you who don't do a celebratory day like us Americans do, and I know a lot of you aren't, you know, or you choose not to, or whatever. Basically, this is out to all of you. Just think of something today that you're thankful for, right? So for me, I'm thankful for each and every one of you. I'm thankful for this channel, this community, each and every one of you that, you know, continues to watch the content, to respond to the you know, in the comment sections and whatnot. You folks are the ones that keep me going, literally and figuratively. So, again, I thank each and every one of you. So, aside from that, yeah, catch y'all later. Peace out.